Welcome back to the My Turn, My Truth
Indeed.
channel. And when it's your turn, you do what?
Tell your truth.
That's our quote. We're going to live by that. I'm going to start off by saying my name. I'm Mackenzie, not the rice man. I'm the son of the rice man. So I guess I'm the rice boy.
That was your man.
No.
I'm the rice man too. The rice man too.
Two.
All right.
I'm Marielle.
And I'm the rice man.
That's the big one.
I am Mata.
All right, it's your girl Kim. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at m.kennedii. Y'all know.
And while you're following her, please make sure you follow us on all streaming platforms. Spotify. What's the other one?
Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podcast
now at My Turn, My Truth. Please do that after you follow.
And subscribe to our YouTube.
Please
My
subscribe.
Turn, My Truth podcast. Yep.
All that.
Yeah, that part.
Okay, so Mackenzie, Morgan, go ahead and jump it off into the first topic of the night.
Yes, sir. I'm going to kick it off, and I want to talk about New Year's resolutions. Dun, dun, dun.
So what's your New Year resolution?
I have multiple New Year's resolutions. Thank you very much. I have to just have a healthier lifestyle. I'm not going to set a goal for nothing. It's just I'm going to have a healthier lifestyle. I'm also going to stop being so unorganized because I think I didn't need your input. Anyways,
start off with your question. Go ahead and get your question.
Thank you. My question is, why do you think New Year's resolutions typically don't work out?
I think that most of the time people wait until it's the right time, and the right time never comes. And so it's easy to get caught up in the moment of when you thought would be the right time. And then it's it's not worth it now. It's not the right time again. So I feel like a lot of times people just wait it out. And if you truly wanted to create a change, and if you're passionate enough about it, then you would start it right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. There's a lot of stuff we don't do right now or later. I can say that. So, I mean, yeah, that's true. Some people just aren't motivated as much. You could have started December and November.
Then it's not a New Year's resolution.
You're right.
But
I'm just saying, if you want to start something, if the time is now, you don't have to wait to the new year.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But I will also say a good head start is always great. A good fresh start, not head start. Head start of school. A good fresh start is always great.
No, head start works too. Because if you start in November, that's a head start. Okay, let's try to help you out.
A good fresh start is always great. Just to, new beginnings, give you a little oomph. So I feel like that would be good.
Okay.
Well, I have the reason I think most New Year's resolutions don't work, based on what everybody else said, I think that's true. I think that New Year's resolutions are typically the hardest of the goals that we ever set.
Mm-hmm.
If they were easy, then we do them all year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We do them in January, February, July, August. But it's typically the hardest something to do that we set is the big goal, the New Year's resolution. I'm going to do this thing that was too hard for me to do last year, and it's going to be hard this year. So I think the New Year's resolutions are typically the hardest of the goals, the main goal that we want to do, and it's going to be the hardest to achieve. Because it's typically the hardest goal or the biggest goal we're going to set for the year. The hardest goal, the biggest goal is going to be the hardest to obtain. And they're hard to do. If there wasn't, then we've done them already.
There's some truth to that.
Right. I can see the truth behind that, but I'm going to let Morgan go ahead and start. And then I'll address that.
All right. And I just wanted to say, Mr. Mike said to basically go off what Dad was saying, every day should be a new resolution. We must stay on our path. I think that's also right. But I think a lot of the time New Year's resolutions don't work out because you don't have a plan for the New Year's resolution. It's just, I'm going to do this. But then you don't set realistically how I'm going to get to this because it's steps to it. We're just looking at the last step. And you got to, what you do, fly up there?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I just think that you should have a blueprint of how you're going to do something and give yourself, step by step, because I think people work better when they have I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this, because then it's easier to obtain certain goals than, okay, boom, my goal is to do this, and I'm starting from ground 15 and not 0.
Right.
So I just think that it's easier if you set a plan, then that way you can reach your goal.
And, go ahead.
So I'm gonna tie it into what all of y'all said with the start and the Marianne, what you said? You said, well, anyway,
She said about the timing. You don't start
the
right
start,
now.
the timing. All of it ties in together, because in Marlon's, by saying that sometimes the goal is too big, Morgan saying you don't have a plan. So the thing is, the goal that you're setting, is it an obtainable goal? So it's the goal. You said that this is a New Year's resolution or your goal for the new year, but when are you going to have it accomplished by? Is it the end of the year? Is it the next 2 years? Is it the next 5 years?
So you're saying realistic,
and so
timing.
realistic timing. And then with that being said, then once you do that, you need to work your way backwards to tell you how are you going to get to that end goal. And then when you work your way backwards and you put it in the plan, you need to make sure that you're starting and you're doing that plan daily. And I feel like a lot of times that's what we don't do. We don't break down the resolution or the goal and take it one step at a time. Because everybody say like how you eat the elephant. One bite at a time. So then that's the same thing with your goals. You got to do it one activity, one task at a time until you get to the end goal.
Right. And I'm in agreement with that. And I think the biggest part, like Morgan said, is, and you just said, babe, was it's a lack of planning.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a planning session with my team at work to plan out our year. It took us all day, and it's going to be tough. And the hardest thing, we make these lofty plans and we say, you know what? That's not realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make this plan realistic so we can achieve it.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll say, next year I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna stop eating carbs day one. I'm no more French fries, no more potato chips, no more. And it's like, come on.
Right. You stopping cold turkey.
You're not,
and that's where the sabotaging come in at.
So the plan has to both be realistic, and it needs to be a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all said, you have to work your way back. You have to really set achievable milestones here, there, work your way up. Some things have to be ramped up to get to where they're supposed to be.
Or some things has to be adjusted.
Right.
If you realize that you're not going right down the right path, that don't mean to stop altogether. Adjust.
Right.
That's right.
And I got tag up. And then what I would say, the last piece I would say is they have to be, like my mom was saying, realistic. They have to be feasible, like my dad said. They have to be just, you have to know your plan. You have to know yourself to know the plan.
Right.
My plan is to read a book. Oh, people read books once a month and whoop-de. I don't read books.
Yeah, I don't either.
So I'm not going to say I'm going to read 2 books a month or a book per month. I'm going to read one book
right
this year. Once I read that one book, then I might go to
2 books next year.
This year.
I mean, hey, that's
year.
real.
2 books this year. Then 3 books. I'm not going to go buy a library card or buy a Kindle Fire.
Right.
Yeah,
But that's different.
MacBook.
But that's different than saying I'm gonna read 30 books this year.
I know that's not
You know,
feasible for me because
right.
the time I spend is not reading. So I'm gonna have to sacrifice some time for that. So.
Yeah, and Kojak said, Norman, if y'all looking on live, I started a daily exercise routine and clean eating on December 2nd and have lost 20 pounds so far. Okay.
Yeah, that's good, bro.
Wanted to start before the new year, but it took me a while to get my mind right to start.
I was gonna say,
okay, but didn't go into it. Then.
I was gonna say that's something that people don't want to hear. You not disciplined.
Yeah.
I mean, me too. I mean, but that's real. Sometimes we set goals knowing that we lazy. So we're going to have to get up, pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and do what we got to do. We're not disciplined. Especially, it's really hard with working out and eating
it's
clean.
Easy to be lazy
If you haven't done that before. So you're setting, like they say, the goals have to be feasible and it has to be something that you're going to do. You got to know that, dang, I'm tired right now, but I said I was going to get up and go to the gym at 6 a.m. in the morning. You got to go ahead and get up so you can start a habit and it'll be easier for you.
So like Kojak was saying, sometimes you do have to get your mind right. And part of getting prepared, and like Mackenzie was saying, the fresh start, sometimes you may have to start in December. See, he's a testament to what you were saying, because he had to get his mind right before he even started doing the actual goal. Because a lot of things start in your mind before you start doing the activity of what your mind is trying to lead you to. And I want to say one more thing about the mind. I was reading the book called The 5-Second Rule, and it's by, last name is, I forgot, but I'll let y'all know.
We'll tag it in the comments.
But yeah, I tag it in the comments. It's a very good book. I need to finish it up. But I think her first name is Robin. But she was saying that the brain automatically, it works a certain way. So like when your alarm clock come on, a lot of people always like hit the snooze button. But she's like, give yourself like the 5-second rule, and you count backwards.
Mel Robbins,
that's it. And you count your backwards, and you do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just
get up.
Don't, because there's nothing comes prior to 1. So what is coming prior to the 1 now becomes an action.
That's
so
good.
You training your brain 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, act.
Instead of 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, and you're counting 4, and there's always another number per se to come. That's not exactly how she explained it, but that was the gist
summarizing
of it. So I'm summarizing to count backwards, and then like she described it like with a rocket. That's what they do. They count backwards. I don't know if they start
before takeoff.
Before takeoff, 3, 2, 1, lift off, and that was the concept. It's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off.
I have a concept for the men.
Go ahead.
You can't. No one can really stop anything cold turkey. That's my
yes,
take.
I agree.
If you could just wake up and be like, I'm not eating carbs and don't eat carbs for the whole year, you're a bad man.
You're a
bad
superhero.
woman. But I also think you're a liar. But what I would say, what my coach told me before he died, rest in peace, Coach P. He said, choose your hard. And that stuck with me for a long time. It's hard to get a promotion at work. It's hard to wake up in the morning. It's hard to go to the gym in the morning and gain weight. It's hard to lose weight. It's hard to, it's hard to do a lot of these things. It's hard to go to your goals. So just choose which hard you're going to do today, because some hards aren't as hard as the other ones.
Also, I would say with that, the choose your heart. If you don't do that stuff, you don't get up and go do that stuff, it's gonna be a hard life.
Yeah,
you don't get up and go to work.
It's gonna be hard. So just choose one.
I think you can take that different ways, because as far as he took it as choose which hard thing you're gonna do today. I'm thinking as choose you're gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to live a life and you broke because you don't want to get up and go to work, or you're gonna choose to wake your butt up in the morning.
It's gonna be hard to be homeless. It's gonna be hard to be rich.
And I think one more thing that we forget. Well, to the diet part, when I said my diet and I lost all my weight.
Yeah.
There, I saw a million diets.
You was fine.
Don't eat meat. I said I can't do that diet because I won't lie to myself.
I know yourself. Yeah, I know
Choose
yourself.
what's best for you.
I'm gonna eat some meat, so that diet is not for me. I found me a realistic diet that I said I can do this, but I don't have to cut out everything.
Yeah.
So I knew I wasn't gonna choose something that's not realistic. But another thing is, we need accountability partners.
Yes.
My friends talk about that all the time.
If you don't have someone to hold you accountable, then it's going to be tough. If you just have to wake up and depend on yourself to say, get up and go to the gym, you will probably not go. But when that phone started ringing and somebody said, get your sorry A up and get to the gym, I'm going to meet you there in 10 minutes.
You fat piece of crap.
Yeah, you fat. It's a motivation piece that you really do need to get certain things done. You need somebody that can hold you accountable.
I got something to say after that too, because a lot of times people don't care about letting themselves down, but they care about letting somebody else down.
That is the thing. That was the thing.
And a lot of time, and that's sad that that's the way the human makeup is, but we do that around a lot of times, and some people will go even far as you want to impress other people, so you don't want people to think this way of you. So if you got somebody like Marna said that you're accountable to, then more than likely it's gonna help you hold yourself accountable.
That's right.
Yes, like the doctor on what is it, 600 Pound Life that me and Mackenzie like to watch. He be telling folks,
my children are strange.
Yeah, and he's motivating
you started
them.
us watching that show.
You started.
It was me. It was more.
We even watched multiple shows together.
But that more. And my
So don't just do
I
it.
need to start that.
1,000-pound sisters.
I don't care.
Yeah, that.
Okay, and the man, to that point, he said to that lady, and it might be mean, but I know it motivated her, because most people who are motivators, they are typically meaner. The lady said, I can't eat this because I don't have enough meat. And Dr. Now told her, you've ate enough for the next 4 months. You're not gonna fade away. But that, I bet you that stuck with her more than you need to lose weight.
Right.
So
yeah, that.
I mean,
That made me more meat.
Coach had said him and his frat brothers got a chat group and they text each other after their daily workouts and or daily meals.
It does help.
And he said that helps.
It really does.
More than you know.
Also, wait, I think none of us ever said, well, Mama kind of touched on this. When we don't get the results that we're looking for, we tend to give up.
Yeah.
Right.
We tend to give up. If I say I'm going to lose 30 pounds by next month, which is, for me, would be unrealistic. I'm just going to be real.
30 pounds in 1 month.
And that's just unrealistic. But for me, I would say that, you know, if I don't do that in the next 30 days, then I just completely give up. We give up before we keep going. And I think that's a thing like that we need to stop doing. I didn't hit my goal, so I must not be able to do it.
But see,
it's too hard.
That goes back to,
like Mackenzie said, it's too hard. Choose your
that
heart.
That goes back to resetting. It's okay because it's okay because it's. Do y'all hear that?
Yes, it's in that mic over there. I don't know what's.
I'm sorry, y'all. Just one moment. We having some technical difficulties right now.
All right, it's the microphone, though, not the headphones. So
okay.
Let's just make sure everything's plugged in over there good, and we're good to go.
Okay.
All right. So I'm finna hit the unmute button to see if we still have it.
Okay, so we I'm sorry, y'all. We having technical difficulties, so we try to get that straight. But it's the mindset. So it goes back to the resetting. Right. So you can't allow your not meeting a milestone to sabotage the entire goal.
Absolutely.
You need to, at that point, you need to reassess and see what works and what don't work. And then you need to just adjust, not just abandon ship altogether. Because like Morgan was her example, you know, she said that it was unrealistic for her to set herself up and say that she will lose weight and lose 30 pounds in 1 month. That's, I mean, it could possibly be doable for someone. Or
somebody probably did it, but it's very unlikely.
Said he just lost 20, just shot. I mean, 10 pounds.
Absolutely.
But it's the combination of things that he's probably doing. He's running, I'm sure.
And men typically lose weight a little bit faster than women.
He's a man, exactly. And he's eating right.
And health problems.
And wait a minute, I'm going to get there. And he has accountability. So he was able to drop the weight fast. Now then with you, taking consideration with you, can I say it?
Yeah.
Taking the consideration with you being diabetic, taking consideration that it probably is more difficult for you to lose weight. So you know that you have to, either seek a professional to get the desired result, or you're going to have to scale it down to see how your body works with what you try to give it, and then readjust your goal accordingly.
That is absolutely correct.
Moderation definitely comes in the part of that situation, because if you set yourself a goal for the month, you're not going to lose 30 pounds tomorrow.
Right.
The month has 31 days.
Right.
January has 31 days.
Absolutely.
You're not going to see the results tomorrow.
Right.
If I go to my hardest day at the gym, I'm not going to see no results.
Exactly.
In the mirror
Absolutely.
when I get home.
Right.
Or the next day.
And the difference saying I'm going to lose 60 pounds next year versus I'm going to lose 5 pounds a month.
Right.
That's
5
good.
pounds in January, 5 pounds.
That's good.
That's different than I'm going to lose 50 pounds, 60 pounds next year, and you're trying to eat the whole elephant at one time.
Right.
You got to do
Absolutely.
5.
Moderation.
That's those
5 pounds in a month
goals.
sounds a lot easier to achieve than 60 pounds.
It does.
You know.
And it's more attainable. And that goes back to scaling it back. You have your big goal, and then you're scaling it back to obtain that big goal. So that's a perfect example. I think that's probably me. But
But yeah, that was a good
That's
little
good.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's
New
good
Year.
stuff.
Yeah.
Start off the new year with a little motivational.
And my New Year's resolutions, I never really didn't say. We talked
we
about
didn't
why they
either.
don't work.
Oh
We
yeah.
didn't say
My New Year's resolution is to write the vision and make it plain. I
Hey.
am going to do some things this year, but it will start with me writing it, physically writing it
So
down,
you can see it.
breaking it down into increments of milestones to get to the next milestone. So I won't look at it as one big picture. It'll be a bunch of very small
Mhm.
pictures.
Exactly.
Very
like
achievable
puzzle,
pictures.
Like
yeah.
a puzzle piece.
But I'm going to write it down. I'm going to have my accountability partners help hold me accountable
Mm-hmm.
so I can go ahead and do what I need to do, because the bigger the picture, the harder it is to start.
It is. That goes back
Like
to what Mary
That's
was
right.
saying.
I wanted to clean the garage for like 2 months in a row, but every time I walked out there and looked in the garage, I was
It's clean
like,
now.
I'm not gonna make it. I just walked back into the house. But when I say I'm gonna just do this part today. That's all.
And you did everything in one day.
And I did everything in one day because I had to
Because
start.
you just started.
Yeah.
I had to start,
Once you got
so.
started, then your brain just kicked in.
That's right.
Like a paragraph.
Okay. So my resolution, I want to go back to cleaner eating, and I want to go back to working out,
Me too.
and I want to also write down the visions for each of our businesses and start getting some real traction. I know we're getting.
Mhm.
I know that we're getting traction, but like Marlon is saying that, you know, we need to write down step-by-step goals, because we know where we want to go to the end goal. We know what that end goal is, but we just need to take a step backwards and just do it step by step. So that's my goal.
Okay. So,
All right.
So next, do y'all want to go to the other big topic, or do y'all want to?
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. I don't know what just happened.
Move y'all chairs away from the table a little bit, because y'all might be like smushing the cords.
I mean, don't move too far. Just like an inch.
Yeah. I think you might be smushing the cords a little bit.
Okay.
All right, y'all. If we're looking a little,
I just lost everything. I lost all the feed.
All right. Okay. I'm going to post. Somebody got to do it.